Assalamu alaikum class. In this video we are going to start chapter number 5, vector integration. In the previous chapters, chapter number 3, we talk about the vector differentiation, and we came to know that vector differentiation is just the same as we have discussed for the scalar functions. We just apply the differentiation on each component of the vector, and we know that every component of a vector is a scalar itself, so it means that the rules are the same as we discussed previously in other courses. So same is the case with integration as well, that the rules are the same as we discuss about the integration of scalar functions. And when we talk about the integration of a vector, we will apply the integral term on each component of the vector. So let r of u be a vector quantity, and it depend on a single scalar variable u. So r of u is defined as r1 of u I cap plus r2 of u j cap plus r3 of u k cap. So here you can see that I, j and k components of the vector are the scalar functions, and all functions or each component is depending on a single variable u. So we will take the integral with respect to u in this case. So here we have assumed that the components are the continuous in a specified interval, so that we are able to find out its integral. So let r of u is equal to, when we are going to apply the integral, here you can see that we are going to apply the integral with respect to u on the vector quantity. So when we taking the integral of the vector, we are taking the integral of each component of that vector. That's it. So integral of r1 of u with respect to u plus j cap is the integral of r2 of u with respect to u, and for the k component we are having the integral of r3 of u with respect to u. Now we can simply solve these integrals with the help of the rules we have previously discussed about the integration of scalar functions, and this integration is called the indefinite integral of r of u. And as we know that there are two types of integrations, indefinite integral and definite integral. So same is the case for the vector integration as well. There are two types of integration, indefinite integral and definite integral. So here we are having in the case of indefinite integral, and we also know that when we apply the indefinite integral on any scalar function, we are having a constant of integration. So and now we know that we cannot add a vector and a scalar function. So for example, if I am having a vector a, I can add a vector b in it, but I am not able to add a scalar function b in it. So it means when we talk about the constant of integration in case of vector integration, we must have a vector function to be the constant of integration, not a scalar quantity, so that we are able to add the two vectors. So this is the basic difference between vector integration and scalar integration, that when we apply the integration of the vector quantity, the constant of integration itself is a vector quantity. So here we are saying that the c vector is an arbitrary constant vector, that is, it must be independent of c, so that we are having a constant term in this case. Now come to the case of definite integral. For definite integral, we know that we are having two limits, and we apply upper limit minus lower limit. So same is the case for the vector definite integrals as well. So here you can see that we are having the limits u is equal to a and u is equal to b. So when we apply the integral from a to b r of u du, so let's suppose the answer is going having s of u, a new vector quantity. So we are applying the limits from a to b, that is s of b minus s of a. So upper limit minus lower limit. Here we have question number 1 from the exercise. If r of u is equal to u minus u square I cap plus 2u cube j cap minus 3k cap, and we have to find out the integral of r of u with respect to u. So simply we are going to apply the integration on each component of this vector. So integral of u minus u square with respect to u, j component will be integral of 2u cube du plus k cap into integral of minus 3 du. Now the integral of u will be u square by 2, integral of u square will be u cube by 3 plus c1, but this is not necessary to apply c1, c2, c3 independently. We can just add a vector quantity or a vector term c at the end, or you can solve in this manner as well, that we are adding c1 constant over here, then the integral of 2u cube is going to be u power 4 over 4. So this 2 and 4 will be cancelled out to be left with u power 4 by 2 plus c2, some constant of integration, and the integral of minus 3 with respect to u is going going to be minus 3u plus c3 some constant of integration. So we are just having I component, j component and k component, and here we have separated the constant of integration. So this is creating a vector c, and here we are having the resultant of the integral. So if you do not need to apply the simple constant of integration separately, you can just add a constant of integration or a vector term at the end of the question. So it's up to you. Now for the b part, we are going to calculate the definite integral from 1 to 2 r of u du. So we are having two methods for this. Number one, we completely solve the indefinite integral with r of u du. So here is the resultant, and now we will apply the limit from 1 to 2, that is upper limit minus lower limit. So here we are going to apply u is equal to 2 minus u is equal to 1, and here is the final answer. Or we can solve the question as in the same way as we solved it for the scalar functions, that the definite integral from 1 to 2 r of u du is equal to, we are going to apply the definite integral on each component of the vector r, and here we get the resultant upper limit minus lower limit. So it's up to you that in which way you want to solve the definite integrals of vectors.